All right, welcome to today's stream. Nabil, good to see you. Welcome, my man. Hope you're doing well. Anyone else that's currently tuned in, you are very welcome. I hope you guys are doing well as well. Sorry for the lack of a camera. My phone is doing its thing where it just doesn't want to turn on. So we'll see if at any point that solves itself. Um, but yes, we are doing two things today. Looking at the roadmap that we've got in front of us right now, and we are ready to go. And then looking at the GBR 802, which the video that I've got for it, the review sort of style video, is currently, well, I've just finished rendering it. And when my scenarios are finished uploading, which shouldn't take too long, I need to deactivate this real quick because my camera's about to turn on. When these guys over here finish uploading, then I'll upload that. But yeah, they'll go out first, and then the my review style video will follow suit. But yeah, let me get my face cam sorted, and then we can get cracking on. I don't know if okay, it's quite interesting. Actually, right, let's see what the angle's gonna be. Like, I feel like the angle's gonna be off as soon as the camera turns on. It's gonna be looking at my stomach or something. But let's see. No, we're good. We're good. This is actually pretty good. I'm happy with this. It kind of cuts off my head a little bit. We'll do something about that. There we go. Is that okay? It will be okay. It will do. Right. I actually haven't seen the roadmap at all. So this is my Nabil, I saw you in ASR, I think, talking about it. But this is my actual first look at the roadmap. So in the arriving soon section, Thames Valley branches, what's that? I'm not gonna lie, I can't even say I knew about that before, because sometimes we'll know about things before they show up. I haven't heard of that one before. That'll be an interesting read. Why is he working, bro? Arriving soon. How is this arriving soon? This is one person, right? Incredible Trains is one person. How is this arriving soon and we've been waiting for the Richmond extension for like a year? What do you mean? Why do you watch this on the forum instead of the article? It doesn't make a difference, bro. It's exactly the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. I have the forum bookmarked, so it's easy for me to find. So I don't need to search for anything. But yeah, literally doesn't make a difference. So yeah. Okay. The Richmond extension is also. Oh wait, no, that's a different section. That's a completely different section. Why? I'm quite confused. Why is this coming before this? There's not even like a time frame on that. On these things, there's no time frame. How does that make sense? Is it just a matter of getting income while? Okay. Fair enough. Got another cargo line volume. Knew that one was coming. Didn't know it was German though. So that's pretty cool. It does make me quite curious about sort of the future with regards to there's only so much you can do in one country, right? But if you're willing to spread your wings across the globe, so many more doors open. So this is going to be cool. I've got no idea what to expect from this. Hello, ASR. How you doing, man? The article's better. Eye candy forums look cheap. Okay, but it's literally the exact same content. Everything is exactly the same. I also prefer visually to see it on the other website, but that's more work to go and find for not much more reward. Tadda Mayline, apparently 0 to 3 months. I don't believe that. I'm not gonna lie. With this route, yeah. When I have the DLC on my PC and I'm playing it, that's when I will believe it's arrived. Other than that, it will come whenever it will come. Amaze, how you doing? Good to see you. When you get to the end, we'll have to laugh because of one thing. Okay. Thank you for the stream. It looks more appealing. Oh my god, bro. Okay, let's go. Let's find the article so that Nabil can have his way with the visuals. There you go. Hope that is better for you, boss. Santa Fe GB60M, GB60B. Can't say I care, to be completely blunt. But it's good to see more US content because I know US players, they haven't really had the long end of the straw. No, but Ingolstadt, of course, we knew about that. Crew to Preston, we've known about that for a while. That is taking its sweet time. Class 70, looking forward to that, especially coming from AABS with their Trent Valley. Also in the 0 to 3 month section, that's pretty interesting. How many people do they have on their team? And of course, tomorrow's release, the GBR 802. Okay, so all of this in the 0 to 3 months. I think I would say this is a lot to come within the next 3 months, but 1, 2, especially, we've been waiting for a very long time. This one we've been waiting for quite a while. This not so long, but it is only a locomotive. Exciting times, I think. I'll be honest. Like, all in all, aside from 1 or 2 iffy ones, I think it's quite an exciting schedule to come. I'm still satisfied. I'm happy for you, bro. That's it, man. Then I haven't wasted my time, That's good to hear, Amaze. I'm doing good, thank you, man. I'm doing good. Don't like a play in US. It's a yawn fest. Yeah, I mean, like the Morristown line stood out for me as quite cool. I also have a thing for shunting, so when that comes up on the US freight routes, yeah, I'm into that a little bit. But all in all, I think it comes down for me, probably, if I had to guess, the reason I don't really like US stuff too much or get excited by US stuff is just because I'm not there. I don't see like US trains. I don't know much about the US railways. I see what I see if something happens to come up on Instagram or someone talks about the US railway on the forums. Other than that, it doesn't do anything to me, Further down the line, the Snoot Nose, that is the most hilarious name of any DLC in the game. The Portuguese route, wish we had a bit more clarity, but we could regret that very quickly, so I'm not gonna ask for too much. The Hayden branch line from High Iron Simulations, I can't imagine that being... It's a very short route. From what I understand of it, it's a very short line, and it takes place in a geographical location where there's not a huge amount of scenery. So I can't imagine it taking too long. Anyway, let's just hope it's worth the wait when it does come. The Rhein-Near's Barn route, the Carlisle to Whitehaven route, Neckartalbarn, Helderberg to Neckarels, and the yeah, funny. Okay, I'm not gonna do the TLDR. I actually want to there's a lot. How patient are you guys willing to be with me? Very patient. Thank you so much. Right. Keep in mind that in 3 months we're already in TSW7. Well, three and a bit, I would guess, right? Isn't it usually September, not August? But yeah, it's close. It's close. Wouldn't surprise me if 1 or 2 of those get delayed. Oh, 1 or 2 of those, bro. I think that's quite generous. I think it's going to be a lot more than 1 or 2. I'll be honest. I think a lot more than 1 or 2 of those are going to come with TSW7. Cumbrian Coast route is definitely a TSW7 route. Yeah, that's one I would put money on. Would be a TSW7 route. Absolutely. European, UK, and Asian trains are so much more exciting for me anyways. When you say Asian trains, is it just the high-speed trains? Or are there a bit more to Asian trains that I'm not aware of? Class 802, you can skip. You want me to go through it all? I want to. I think if I'm going to do it properly, I kind of have to do that, innit? Other than that, come back in half an hour if you just want to see the 802. But I'll be honest, I'll give you a heads up. You might as well just wait. You might as well just wait. There's not too much going on with that. It's just... Anyway, we'll get to it. Right, so the 802, I'll basically just like I'll speed through it in my head, and then if there's something interesting, I'll like talk about it out loud, and then I'll give my like, even if I don't say anything about a topic, I'll still give my like feedback on it or what I think. Because it's just going to be too much. We'll be here for the entire stream otherwise. Cool. Yeah, anything 802 related, I've made a video on it today. It will go up later today. It is, I'm gonna say it's when these are finished uploading the scenarios, I'm gonna have it go up. But it is where is it? 802 review. It is created and ready to go. I just need to upload it. So I'll speak about that in the video. I'll say quite a bit, and I'll talk about it today when we're driving. When we're driving with the train. So I'll avoid that for now. Trent Valley, yeah, nice. Okay. With all due respect, what's the point? Just don't say anything. We've seen it up here. There's nothing to say. Just don't say anything. If I've noticed a new entry to the roadmap, then it's going German flag alongside it, make it the first time it'll feature German content. We'll tantalize you. Wow. We'll tantalize you with that for now, but we'll have more information in the build up to release. Wow, tantalizing. Cool. This I'm going to actually maybe spend some time going through and trying to understand it. So Thames Valley branches from Incredible Trains shares news project with the community. We have some further info on his development of the Mildmay extension later, but for now, here we have to stay about Thames Valley branches. Okay, so this is a branch of like you would get to this eventually from like Paddington, right? It's part of like the GWR stuff. This DLC is the first for me, featuring 3 independent and unconnected branch lines, all diverging from the Great Western Main Line. The Windsor branch line 2 miles, 7 miles and 4. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What is this? I thought the blue's a flipping river. I thought that was a part of a route. No. What is this? Okay, I've got... Oh. High speed stuff, but I do play the Korean train sim. Is that the video one where it's just like a video game, like, you know what I mean? Like the game's a video basically. Even I need to get 1,000 words on this. How did your assessment go a couple of weeks back? I have the next part of it this week. Amaze. The train op stuff, right? Because I did 2. I've gone for a supervisor position and also a train driver position. The train driver one, I've got the next stage this week. Supervisor one, I got the next stage later this month. So I passed both, thankfully. This is the dumbest CSW DLC I've ever seen. Windsor branch is a cherry on top. These connected lines are nonsense. I should have been merged into G. Should have been that's what. Okay, I really wonder what, bro. At some point, I think someone needs to pull their socks up and say, okay, we need to find a way to merge stuff. Because what are you telling me? There was absolutely forget people working together or not working together. Just in terms of technicalities, are you telling me there was zero chance, no way at all? It was impossible to add this onto GWE. Are you telling me it was impossible to do that? Completely impossible. What on earth am I going to do going from Slough to Windsor and Eton Central? What gameplay does that offer? I'm going to read about it, and maybe I'm being a moron and I'm being a muppet and I'm missing something. But first look, what the flip is going on here? Oh, sim. Yeah, I've heard good things about that. Apparently, it was getting better and better. I haven't heard about it for a while now, but the last I heard about it, it was okay / pretty cool, and it was improving. Hello, Kimotog, how you doing? This new route looks amazing. This one, I haven't seen any. Well, I've seen this picture that I will speak about in a minute, but this has caught me a little bit off guard, and I'm a little bit annoyed. I'm a little bit annoyed. I'm not at the fact that there's more content. I'm not annoyed at that. It's nice that we have these branches, right? But was it impossible in every understanding of the word, in every meaning of the word, to add it onto? You have to fast travel and teleport between other branches. Is that what it actually? If that's what it actually says, I'll walk out. If I get to that and it says it, I'm walking out. You have my word. I really hope, Kimatog, you've just come up with that yourself. I really, really hope that. Right, let's actually read about what it has to say, and let's see if I'm just being a bit of an idiot. Every branch office has its own distinct character and operating style. I'm curious about their own operating style. Operationally, the Marlow branch, which is, okay, the yellow one, stands out in particular where services reverse mid-journey at Bourne End, which is just one stop after Marlow, before continuing to... What? Okay, so if you're going towards Marlow, you get to Bourne, and then you reverse where? You reverse to get to Cookham? This is cooked. This branch also features a fully modeled and interactive token system, adding a unique and authentic operational challenge. Okay, I'm curious to see how that's been added. Don't put them all in that one line as if they're all one branch. Don't want to hear that. All three lines, are set in the scenic Thames Valley just west of London, with multiple crossings over the River Thames, providing a distinctive and picturesque backdrop. Oh, this is set in modern times, isn't it? For owners of the Great Western Express, route hopping is also supported, allowing travel between branch line. Allowing just travel or allowing time travel as well? What year is this set in? Although the branches are operationally independent, players can seamlessly move between them using the fast travel. Yeah, allow it, bro. Ah, man. That's not good enough, man. What other way could they do it? There is no other way to do it. There's no other way to do it. But why does it have to be like this? Why does it have to be like this? Okay, 2017. So, okay, so it's in line with the Great Western Express. Yeah, Kimmer, I've reached it, unfortunately. Crossed the Thames twice. Hello, Mark. How you doing? The DLC also introduces the Class 165 Turbo Network car. This unit features a unique interior and subtle external differences compared to the Class 166. Also benefits from a range of newer TSW features that were not available in the Class 166, including livery design and support. What? Even enhanced physics simulation, additional cab function, improved night lighting. Yeah, but this has all changed now, no, since the remaster. Okay. Incredible trains are looking forward to showing even more exciting. Okay. It's from Johannes, yeah? So details, scenery, all of that good stuff is going to be incredible going off the Mildmay line. Scenery wise, I've got no issue with it. Yeah, the pictures look incredible. I expect nothing, you know. He lives up to his name. The guy lives up to his name. I wouldn't expect anything less than incredible. Just this little details here with the people. I'll just zoom into it. Okay, that was better, I think. You know, it's nice, right? It is nice. Sorry. What a very strange DLC, though. Whoa, what a very strange DLC. I'm trying to figure out what. Why? Maybe. Why? Hello, Jackson. How you doing, mate? I'm trying to figure out why. Merging is not impossible. I'll tell you, merging is not impossible. It's been done more than once by members of the community. Merging it's not impossible. It's annoying that the route isn't connected. It's a really good route. It's not a route though. It's not a route. It's like 3 mini. I don't know, man. Bro, what are we gonna do? 2 miles, 7 miles, 4.5. Yeah, yeah. I think. Come my review or my thoughts video for this one. I think I'm gonna have some strong opinions. Um, I want to emphasize it. It's not bad that we've got more content. But I don't need to say anything, man. Come on, man. I don't think it's fair that it's not connected, Kimmer, because it's been done by one developer. I don't think that's a valid reason for it not to be connected. Maybe it's a valid reason that the mild May line only goes halfway, be it being as detailed as it is, and it only being done by one developer. Although I would understand the arguments against that. He could have chosen a completely different route. He didn't have to do 3 separate branch. It's interesting, like, and actually it is interesting in a good way, right? I think the thing that annoys me the most is that this wasn't sort of put on top of GWE. I think that's what annoys me the most, because this now, its gameplay value goes from what would have been 10 out of 10 to like 4 in terms of gameplay value. And I do wonder how many times can you go back and forth between 4 stations over here, 5 stations over here, and 2 stations over here before it gets repetitive and boring and you put it down and forget about it. What replayability value is this going to have? It can be beautiful scenery wise, it can be gorgeous, and the token system sounds pretty cool. How many times are you going to play it over and over and enjoy it? Another overground route would have been nice. I don't know. I think I'm not quite sure how I feel. I'm not quite sure. I think maybe my views are a bit extreme because I've just seen it for the first time. This is my like initial, literally first reaction. So maybe that's why it's a bit extreme. And I'm open to that being the case. And maybe tomorrow I might feel a bit differently about it. And I mean, like I said, it's interesting in a good way. It's interesting in a good way. But why isn't it stitched on top of GWE though? It's maybe I wouldn't feel like as harshly about it if it was somewhere completely separate from something we have already in the game, right? And I also see why it would be a good thing to have it be so close to what we have in the game. But how often is someone going to go from Paddington to Slough and then fast travel from Slough to Windsor? How often is someone going to go from Reading to Twyford and then fast travel or route hop or go to the menu and change to this route to then go from Twyford to Henley on Thames? How is that particular route you're going to run between the 2 routes worth that break in immersion, regardless of how you do it, route hopping or going through the menu? Is it worth the break in immersion? The best thing I can hope for with this one right now is that the timetables will be aligned 1-to-1 with what we've got already for Great Western Express, the new timetable, the remastered one. So then at least you can take the same service from one place to another. That's the most I can hope for with this one, at the very least, to make it as connected, as close, as conjoined as possible to GWE. I'm hoping, I'm praying. The fact that it's set in 2017 is promising, but we need the timetables to line up. It'll be funny getting the route going to God mode and it's covering the whole GWE route is in the map. You know, if that's the case, I'm not gonna be a happy bunny. I'll be honest. It was cool with the 5 circle, although I was a bit annoyed at that not being utilized. But yeah, but it must be. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let me not jump the gun too much and say, you know, too much too soon and make myself a bit of a fool. It's an interesting one. It's also a disappointing one at the same time. But let's wait for more information and kind of see how it plays out, man. Maybe I'll end up being in awe of it. You know, who knows, man? We'll see. I'll wait for it. Wins a branch 6-minute run. Oh, yeah, sounds about right. 4 at generous is a 1 at best. The journey mode is going to be fun. The journey mode is going to be interesting as well. At least there's going to be more variety in the journey mode than ever, to be honest. The branches added together 13 miles. No, but see, Kimmer, don't do the whole joining up thing. It's not. If it was one 13-mile route, I'd be more accepting of it than if it was how it is now. You know, it's like how they done this. The DLC introduces 3, and they've made it all seem like this is one thing. No, do it how it is. Say these 2 are together, and then put these ones together, and then put these ones together. Do you get it? It makes it seem like this is one long branch. Let's call it for what it is. It's 3 separate routes with 11 stations. It's 3 separate routes that add up to 13 miles. So 3 separate lines. So yeah, again, look, maybe I am being a bit too harsh. Let's wait and see how things progress and what more we hear. But my initial reaction is what? Let's wait and see. Hello, Mr. Henk. How you doing? Johannes said it's not stitched because he doesn't own the GWE route, but it's $24.99. Yeah, it's $24.99. Is that cheap? No. Well, it's subjective, but all in all, I don't think £24.99 is cheap. Do you get good value from it? Yeah. So I guess I've just made a U-turn on what I just said. Anyway, my point is $24.99. It's quite the tiny investment compared to the fact that he's going to be making more than that. Let's be honest. He's going to make more than £24.99 from that DLC. How minor of an investment would this have been if truly he doesn't own it, in order to make his DLC something truly special? And I can't imagine Liam saying no, or Dovetail saying no to him asking if he can have the route for that purpose. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. Salah Redding and friends. I'm doing good, thank you, Hank. What are you cooking today, mate? Devs need to work together, honestly. I mean, it seems like they do from what you hear, but then you see like certain things in the wild, and it's like, do you guys? Is there really like a connection though? Because how do you end up in this situation? The route will probably cost £13 because of how short they are. Even combined, it's still quite short. We'll see, Kimmer. We'll see, man. Okay, if we're going to talk value, yeah, I will say my subjective opinion, I would value this at the high quality that the scenery is, and I'm assuming the timetable will be on point, on par with the Great Western Express one. I would price this, and maybe you guys won't like this, I think a suitable price would be between £12 and £15. Maybe that's a bit too much. I don't know. I would understand if it might seem that way. I think that would be, like an £11.99, a £12.99. I think that would be acceptable. So yeah, £13 is not far off from what I would assume. Ravioli and so I haven't had ravioli since primary school. Can you believe it? If this costs more than Rog DLC, you've seen I have a very long. I think that goes for a lot of DLC. ASR, for being honest, not physically own the DLC. He doesn't own the rights. They could have worked together. Surely. I don't know. Maybe they can't for whatever reason, and I don't know, license. I don't know the technicalities. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I do. But surely. I may poke around in the Ambassador Discord and ask Dovetail myself and just see if I can get an answer for that, or maybe just try and get some understanding for why that's the case. Okay, anyway, let's leave that one. The GP60M, okay, I can't. All of these ones look the same to me. And if you're from the US and you like your freight, you're going to be very angry at me, and I understand that, and you're allowed to be angry at me. As a UK person, they all look the same to me, these types of logos. They've given us some extra details, okay. Will be included as built and with -3, -3 rebuild controls. Okay, so there's 2 different variants. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool for any DLC. Nice. It'll be joined in the pack by his cabless sister, the GB60B. Okay, so this thing over here. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Okay, it's more juice than what we'd normally see for a loco DLC. Service time stable features over 60, and that doesn't mean anything to me. Union Pacific Service recreated a layer for owners of Sherman Hill. Okay, that's nice. Glad to see Sherman Hill hasn't been forgotten about. These include 8 end-to-end runs. Oh, that's long. Via trackage rights over the BNSF, and 8 shorter runs on the UB's Palmdale cutoff. Okay, nice little attention to detail. Primary power and select services, but also used in place with the ES44C4. Bro, put a knife to my throat, a gun to my head, and tell me to differentiate these locos. I'm sorry. So let me say my prayers. This pack will feature 4 scenarios on the current pass route and 4 bonus scenarios. What do you mean bonuses? Just say 4 scenarios, man. Well, why are they bonus? Why are they bonus? 4 scenarios on the current pass route and 4 scenarios on the San Bernardino route. Together, the scenarios deliver experiences ranging. Okay, let's not get into that because they're gonna be basic. HRS team are happy to report the local will be ready to release very soon. Hello, Fab. Cash Grab Part 1. Grumdog Games can use GWE and HST, but Johannes can't use GWE. Question. Ask Harry. I might have chosen the pain on about myself thing. I'm going to go for 7. Okay, have you watched reviews and the like, Henk? All devs work together. It's not hard. It's not, man. It's really not. Like, working together, obviously, we want it selfishly. Let's be honest. We want it selfishly. It's called a spade. However, not only would it work for us, it would work for them. Like, literally, everyone wins. Everybody wins. They make more money. They have better content. They have better relations, which sets them up for the future, for future content that they might work on. We benefit from a better value products and a better products all in all. More gameplay, more replayability value, more value in general. Ah, man. The mild extension looks good with some amazing screeners. Okay, nice. No, I haven't seen it. I've literally, I'm starting from the top, Kimber, and I'm working my way down. We're excited to provide work in progress images. Okay. Why? We're excited to provide work in progress images, but then I don't think this is it. You'd expect the image that they're talking about to be like the next one. It's quite funny that they just put a random picture afterwards. I don't know much about any of this, in all honesty. It does sound cool, and I kind of appreciate it. Oh boy. This is recorded on PS4? Was this picture taken on PS4? Or is this like the dev kit or what? Why is the quality so low everywhere? Ay. Oh, it looks really bad. All the textures, other than the only thing that looks good are the vehicles. Everything else looks terrible. Okay, I guess this is what we're meant to be looking at, though. More content into the game. Always nice. Oh, that's a hell of a view. That's a really nice view. Sick and tired of... Bro, it's been like months since I last played the US freight route, and I'm sick and tired of this flipping truck over here. This asset, stupid asset. I'm sick of seeing it. Look forward to sharing more details in future maps. Okay. Taiwan Bay. Have they got Asian NPCs then, or what? I guess that's the focus here, right? They don't really... I mean, they look more Asian than the regular NPCs, but... We got a short but exciting update from Union Workshop of the development of Southern Mainland. They've been provided screenshots of their work, region-specific passengers and drivers, which will be... Okay. See... Never mind. Hello, Mark. How you doing? Win-win for everyone, literally. News on Mild May. Apparently, there is news on Mild May, Mark. I haven't got to it yet, though. DG the day before release. Alex mentioned that last month. Mentioned what last month? Sorry. Hello, CP. How you doing? Okay. Okay, you know what? This is a valid update for the route. Oh, I'm not going to criticize that. Crew to Preston. That's good to hear, CP. I'm good, thank you, mate. Maybe it comes out this week. No, Mark. It's not. It doesn't seem like it's anywhere near releasing. Just trains are back with more. Well, sorry, from the roadmap graphic. I haven't actually read what the article says yet. See if you can spot a classic Wigan treat in one of the new screenshots, which also include a bunch of brand new screenshots. See if you can spot a classic Wigan treat in one of the new screenshots, which also include a bunch of brand new screenshots of the Class 86. Okay, this is cool. I don't know what I'm meant to be looking out for, by the way. I've got no clue. Okay. Love the weathering. I love the weathering, man. It was really, really nice. Oh. Is there like a story behind why this is so sparkly shiny? I said it looks so bad. As someone who's not like a proper nerd on these coaches, this doesn't look any different than to what we already have in the game. I assume this is a new one, right? I think it's got more curves. It looks a bit more modern. Other than that, though, it doesn't really look too different. Maybe interior differences. Do not let Carter see them. Right. Japanese characters are the main. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was mentioned. I guess by Alex then. Yeah, I don't remember personally, but if you say it was Alex, then it must have been. Class 86/4 locomotives uses a mixed traffic variant of the class team split. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much here, but if this is your thing, very nice that this has been prepared. I will leave that open for later. I actually do want to take a look at it. Cheeky food and drinks in the buffet cars. Very nice, very cool to see. It costs nothing to add these little bits of detail, truly. Further, BR Mark 1 and Mark 2 also can be included. Yeah. I love the fact that there's so much variant, so many variants. Oh, this wood looks good. Sorry, it just really caught my eye. The wood paneling looks incredible. If you own Preston's Carlisle on Class 86/2 DLCs, you'll find widely varied consists. Sorry. Yeah, maybe I need to actually study these so I can appreciate it, because it sounds like, as somebody who owns all of the previous stuff, this is gonna be a hell of a route in terms of stock, and I do want to appreciate it. I don't know why it does the article. I don't know who does the articles. I wouldn't be surprised if they failed the SSC on a bad day, right? I've spoken enough about that, to be honest. It should have a sleeper train. Yeah, very cool. I think that they've done something like this already, haven't they, previously? But it's cool to see them continuing it. That's a hell of a pie. Carlisle to Whitehaven. It's just trains. Oh, here's a 104. Is it 104? Sorry, 108. Sorry, not 104. 104 is the one that's never coming out, apparently. Okay, 108's looking good. It looks nice to see it in some colour. In our first in-development update for the Cumbrian Coast, we take a brief look at the Dalston Station area and further view the deep valley to Miraport and Aspatria. I've never heard of this place. Work continues to space on senior class, which will be included with the route. Okay. It's a just trains route. It's gonna be quality. It's gonna be quality. There's not even that much more to add. Yeah, I look forward to some more photos of like built up areas. Hello, Isle of Wight. How you doing, mate? Aspatria sounds like a made. Yeah, it does. It sounds like a fantasy. It sounds like a fantasy place. Hello, Mr. Dan. How you doing, boss? I don't want to buy. Does she have muscles on her? Nah. But yeah, the choice of outfit is interesting. The seats look so classic, like obviously, but I can't explain it. They've like nailed these seats. Right. Oh. Is this you know the whole Wigan thing they were talking about? Is that this pie? I don't know. A lot of UK places are just known for their like pies and stuff like that. Anyway. Hurry and get to Mild May. I'm not gonna hurry. I could start to slow down on my work before I go. Look after yourself, Dan. That's all I'm gonna say. Look after yourself and take it easy on yourself. Right, Neckartalbahn, the Steam revival. Heading over to Germany, the in-depth look. Fix a couple of issues affecting Steam at a broad level. One of the first things we fixed was related to the debug firing mode. This mode is used most notably on the Flying Scotsman and 4F and automatically adds water to the boiler to maintain a constant level. This, however, wasn't drawing water from the tender at the correct rate, given the impression that it wasn't using water at all. As it turned out, it was a unit conversion error, causing water to be drawn from the tender 1,000 times too slowly. Are you telling me nobody could have spotted that in the code? We also fixed the bug where the automatic fireman couldn't operate the injector controls. This was necessary because we moved away from the debug firing mode on the BR23. Next issue we attended was the lack of AI chuffing. This confused us for a while as we found that it would actually randomly work at times, most notably when running light engine. This we had hoped would be applied automatically to pass stock. Unfortunately, the fix requires a blueprint change on pass stock to get it to work. Okay. Modified firebox semi-graph node. Too much steam at low boiler, out for the upper cool down again to show up. This is really showcasing how badly Steam was implemented in the first place. This could be a huge turning point for Steam in TSW. I can only imagine TSG would be willing to lend this knowledge and everything else that they've learned behind the scenes to future development for Steam. I think this is a game changer what they've done here. If a bartender went to work like that in that area, 100% they'd be fired on the spot. The amount of times I get said this is and the customer the customer saying they don't want their trucks or something, the engineers did. Right. I think our customers' blame, to a degree, can only be taken with a bit of salt. The rate of temperature change is also greater. Previously, it would take nearly an hour for the temperature to change from maximum to nearly minimum. Now it takes a couple of minutes, both combined. Okay. Okay, my anxiety of driving Steam is slowly returning. Finally, we're looking at some injector changes to improve their behavior as we are using them this time. Additionally, we need to add support for feed water heaters, which the BR23 and a lot of German locomotives are fitted with. Yo. It sounds like they're going in. I'm not gonna lie. This, yeah. If all continues to go well, I think this would open the door again for more Steam content than we ever saw. Right, time for the Mildmay line. There you go, Mark. Back to incredible trains. Work on the Richmond extension of the Mildmay line add-on is progressing well, with steady advances across scenery, operations, and rolling stock integration. I'm just confused. I'm confused at why this was. See, it seems like this was put on hold for the Thames Valley branches DLC. Why? It doesn't really make sense. If you've got like a team, then yeah, you can assign a couple people here, a couple people there. If you're one guy and you're already working on something, why add something else before you finish the previous thing? Maybe it's just the income, like the money thing. This extension is not going to make him any money. Well, unless somebody's not bought the route because of it, which I'm assuming is going to be a small number of people. Pardon me, along the route, the line crosses the Great Western Main Line, where players will encounter AI traffic, including the 345 Elizabeth Line services and the GWR 802 intercity trains. The route also intersects with the London Underground at several points, bringing additional atmosphere through passing AI tube services. The extension will introduce 5 new stations: Acton Central, South Acton, Gunnersbury, Kew Gardens, and Richmond. Is it that short? Where's Wilson Junction? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. As a standout operational feature of the extension is the traction power changeover at Acton Central, transitioning from 25 kilovolts AC to 750 volts DC. For players who own both the Class 484 and the Class Express routes, conversion of 484% district line stock will be available to drive to Gunnersbury. Oh, be available to drive. Nice. Between Richmond and Gunnersbury, that's a fair bit. Yeah, it's not long. It's not long. I'm trying to remember from the map, but it's a fair bit. Cute. Hopefully there's pictures of it. I'd like to see a picture of it. Timetable work has also seen significant updates. The recently released Class 90 is now fully integrated as a substitute across all freight services. I'm not going to say anything about that. Passenger operations are also being expanded, with one full diagram on the Richmond timetable now operated by the Class 710, allowing owners of the Suffragette line to make regular use of the unit in service. Richmond. No, that's not Richmond. Is that Richmond? No. What station is this? I've gotten off here before, like a decade ago. I've been here before and I can't remember what station it was. Rolling stock improvements continue as well. No, it's not Richmond. It's not Richmond. But it's I don't remember. That's annoying me. Interior has been upgraded with greater detail to better match the rail unit, and cab night lighting has been enhanced for improved realism during evening and night operations. Okay. Okay. CTS plan updates: ring routes for bus and tram lights, express routes for buses. Stops can be skipped while driving if no passengers are waiting. Free row mode, sitting down in vehicles as a passenger. Okay. Those routes look like they could be interesting. Funny how we get that 3-line paragraph for Trent Valley, but nothing for the TSG high speed route. I mean, I would rather that, bro. Even though it's like it doesn't match. There's no consistency in that. I would rather, if there's nothing to say, just don't say anything. Last roadmap said that Johannes put it on hold because he had to finish a uni degree. Yes, but he's also got the Thames Valley branch DLC coming out. So he also worked on scenery for Birmingham as a crew. He did do that. But my whole point is that I'm not complaining that this has taken a while. I would like to, but I'm not. I understand that it's one person and he's done a hell of a job so far. My point is, he's worked on something else of his prior to this. That was like my point, but it could just be for the sake of income. I doubt he's making much these days off Mildmay line. Can't actually say what the issue is because it's that dumb. Right. Can they hurry and bring out Kew Gardens? Just like Gunnersbury. I'm not gonna say it's not. I'm not gonna say it is, but I don't recall ever going to Gunnersbury for anything. So the Portuguese screenshots of a spooky detail. Too many fingers at different pies. Well, I'm not mad at him doing stuff for All Aboard Studios. I'll be honest. I think it's nice that they've recognized his quality and have been humble enough to say, we think he'd be a good addition to the team. Can you help us out with this? It's just like it's just his projects. He's got something that he's working on already, and then he's now created a new thing. But yeah, it's gonna be good. Anything this guy comes out with, I have got 100% faith in him. Ryanair's barn. Follows World has provided some brand new screenshots of some of the more industrial style scenery. I'm very doubtful of this fella, I'll be honest. After his remaster work on Köln Aachen, you might also be able to spot something that could lift your spirits if you to see it on your drive, but equally might just go over your head. Harry had to have written this. Is this how it is in reality? What is this? Why are those 3 random letters? Okay, they're not random, but it's like a very basic font. Okay, station looks mega. Nice little asset. Okay, is the only thing that runs here the 101? Are these sidings or other lines? There's not much in it. Right, so what are you talking about? Go over your head, or what was the other one? Lift your spirits or go over your heads. Or there's an ICE, I guess, something other than a 101. What is that? What's this? It looks like a face. What's that? Or is that just a tree or something? Lift your spirits or go over your head. They got the NVIDIA overlay. I don't know if you can see that. they got the NVIDIA overlay in the screenshot. What's meant to be the thing here? His work on mild lines as well was really good. Hope you get more stuff. Oh yeah, bro. Even Kimmer, his the part that he played in the All Aboard Studios route in Birmingham to Crew, it was, I think, he did the scenery on a particular section. You can tell, you can tell it was him that did the scenery. Right, I've got no idea what they're meant to be referring to. Anyway, closing off our upcoming content news, the team at Virtual Via 360 have treated us to a short update alongside some screenshots from their ongoing work on Lisbon. Nice. Glad to see some more stuff from them. Something about Unreal Engine assets, I don't know. Hello? I don't know how it's going to come off on stream. This looks so basic and plain, man. I can't explain it. I think maybe it's the texture. Maybe it's the windows. I don't know what it is. I just hate these assets, man. This looks so trash. The hell is this? What's going on in Portugal, CP? Lovely little details between the vents and the bottom of the window here. Sceneries, it looks good. It looks good. I mean, the assets are what they are, right? Here's what it is. Why is this like 8K quality? This is a shame. That about the assets. I'm doubtful because he chose this over Köln Dusseldorf and no new vehicle, just to overly reuse 425. What, for the Ryanair's barn? Yeah. Well, I remember there being some disappointment about him working on that officially, whereby his previous work that he was sharing on the forum was like better. The hot air balloon. But why would hot air balloons are or they're on like every route? Nah, bro, this is a face. If you go on the website yourself and look at this picture, this is a face. It's like those old school like 2010s like scary pictures and videos where there's like a creepy face in the background, but you can't really see it well. But yeah, this is very interesting, CP. Team's been busy working on the modeling and texturing. Pattern information is not working. Expect real life announcements on this train, right? When they say real life announcements, I hope they mean real life announcements and not real life announcements voiced by AI. Fingers crossed for that. But yeah, this is looking really good. Nice weathering on the windows. I mean, CP, you know, you're the man for for telling us how accurate this is. But to me, it looks pretty flipping good. The Portuguese line looks like the most exciting route for me in this roadmap. Really, you know what? Putting everything together. I don't know. I'm not really much of a BR guy, but I'm curious about the Just Train stuff. But I'm hoping this is gonna be as much of at least as a banger as the Czech route was. You don't see a face, Nabil? I don't know. Maybe it's just me then. Next month's roadmap have a section of TBA. I forgot about those days. Let's not go back to that. Let's not go back to that. It literally says Fatigues have given them the announcements. Yeah, right. ASR. It says that. But as I said, I hope it's literally like them giving them the whole package, and not just giving them like the lines or the script, and then it's voiced by AI. Bro, I go off based on my history, right? In this game, over the years, something will be marketed a certain way or promised or shaped as if it's going to be a particular way, and then when we get it in our hands, it's not like that. So I'm just being cautious because I'm not trying to get burnt again. So I'm going to wait and see and just say I hope that's what it is. Mounting stuff is still going. Work to support smart accounts. It's continuing growing the size of Okay. Blur textures. Currently working with key developers and third-party specialists that help build documentation and guides to support the entire development program. This is very important. This is very important. I'm happy that that is the case. Patches and updates. Since our last one, update 2 TSW updates. Little thinker. Thank you for the raids. Appreciate you. Welcome, little sinkers, littler sinkers, I guess. No point even really mentioning this as an update, I'll be honest. Mastery. It's so funny for me. Every month, reading the thread on the forums about Mastery, and the same 4 or 5 talking about the same issues, making the same complaints every single month, literally every single month, saying the exact same things. It's hilarious to a degree. But yeah, if you're into Mastery, here's the information for you. Oh, there's a rail shots competition, screenshot competition. Cool. Make sure your screenshots haven't been edited to keep it fair to other competitors. They're telling you to do that. So you think if somebody's got an evil intention and is willing to cut corners, they're going to see this and say, "Ah, darn. It's you guys that are meant to, take care of checking for that." Anywho, this is very cool. This is sick. I love seeing stuff like this. Sometimes I get annoyed because it's like somebody's made this because of their passion and their knowledge and their tools at hand, and then they keep it to themselves. They won't sell it. This, bro, £300 easy. People would buy this for £300. This is sick. This is so cool. I really envy people's skills that could, that can do things like this. This is a good start. Oh, this is cool. This is very cool. This is very, very cool. Portugal's a new country. And I hope it's done well. I hope it's done well. A new country can come in and be done badly. Look, hey, maybe I am more pessimistic. If that, I try to be biased. I try to be unbiased, sorry. But maybe I do come off as pessimistic. Can you blame me? I've been playing TSW since TSW2. You know, can you blame me? I like this. I like this a lot. I've also become slightly annoyed because now I've learned that there's a Siemens logo that's meant to be on the GSMRs that's not there. I love this. Roadmap live stream, which I guess will be tomorrow or tonight. When do they usually do it? It doesn't say. It just says at 7 p.m. So I guess today. Okay. Well, we spent an hour looking at that. Fairly interesting roadmap. Average, though. Pretty average roadmap, if I'm going to be honest, in my opinion. Some cool information. Some information not so cool. I just hope that what is coming up in terms of content is good, is quality. I hope we stop seeing the bugs that we've been seeing for years on end, and I hope the game continues to progress. That is my final conclusion on the roadmap. Hello, Jordy. Synchro rate from 40,000 feet up. Jesus. Where are you off to, my man? Hope you have a safe flight. That is very cool. Yeah, plane Wi-Fi sucks, from what I've heard. Fix estimated for March 2026. Listen, it's better that they take their time with it and implement it properly than rushing it and it not be done properly. Of course. What do you mean, of course, it's meant to be a Siemens logo? Wow. As somebody who doesn't drive trains for a living, how would I know that? What do you mean, of course? Copyrighted DTG, that version. Oh, no, I would, yeah, I can guess why they haven't included it. But it's just, I didn't know that, so it never, bothered me. Now I know it. I'm always going to look at a GSMR in game and think, damn, we're missing that. No screenshot of the 70. Oh, yeah, nothing at all about the 70. Anywho, let's look at the 802. Of course, as an ambassador, I have got the key early. If there is anything, before I get into it, I am going to start doing journey mode services with the 802, yeah? At any point, if you want to see something, hear something about the train, ask something about the train that I may or may not know the answer to, just do so. This is your chance. Because the point of me doing this, partially, is to help you make an informed decision on whether, this particular piece of content is worth your time and your money or not. So use me as much as you can for yourself. They're really coming up to 300% of the time. Bro's doing the maths. You see a device with no logo is unusual. Bro, I wouldn't know. A model could add Siemens. Oh yeah, easily with an enhancement pack. Back in TSW2, TSW3 days, a route would come out 2 days later, 3 days later, a week later, an enhancement pack comes out for it, adding all of these little touches. From 0 to 10, how do you rate the GBR 802? Are you asking me how do I rate it as a DLC? Or how do I rate it as a livery? What exactly are you asking me to rate? as a DLC, from 0 to 10, as a DLC, I would rate it from 0 to 10. Probably a 4 or a 3. Maybe yeah, between a 3 and a 4 out of 10. Sony 5 to be fair, I'll get it regardless. And this is what I said, a bit of a spoiler, but at the end of my video, that's what I basically said. If you want to see it in the game, it's a $5. Get it. If you don't care for it, you're not missing out on much. Don't buy it. It's simple as that. I'm not gonna. I couldn't say buy it or don't buy it. It's just not one of those DLCs where I can advise that. It's literally, it is what it is. At the price, if it's something that you're interested in, it's good value. So if you want it, get it. If you don't want it, don't get it. That was basically my sort of bloody hell, what's the word? Conclusion. Why 4 out of 10? Because I don't think. Well, watch my video. Okay, I'm not going to do that. First things first, I don't think it should be in the game at all because it doesn't exist in reality. And obviously people will have like different opinions on that. For me personally, I don't think it should be in the game for that reason. The game is touted as a sim. I expect it to behave that way. I expect the content added to the game to be as per reality. So that's my first sort of issue with it, is that it just shouldn't be in the game. Secondly, the scenarios, although they're of a higher standard than what we usually get, then I don't think they're worth paying for. And that's really it. Like, that's really the value you get. You do also, you're also able to run all the timetable services that the LNER 801 runs, and you're also able to run all the services that the 802 on the Riviera line runs. So you can get a lot of gameplay out of it, but like, again, it's subjective, and for me personally, I don't really think there should be a price on it, man. Like, if it had just come out as a free livery and nothing else, that would have been quite cool. I think that's the best case scenario for it. If they wanted to add a cheeky scenario here and there, no worries, add that on top. I just don't think it should be. I'm 50-50 on whether it should be a paid DLC or not, especially because it's been used for promo already. Right, in TSW 5 last year, it was used for promo. It had that particular purpose. It served its purpose. I just think it would have been a nice gesture. You know, if I'm going to compare DTG in that sense to somebody like an SCS, right, for ETS2 or ATS, I think that would have been added in those games for a truck as a nice gesture. You know, I don't think it would have been a paid DLC. No need to spend a $5 when a dealer offers it to you for free around the corner. Well, if you're talking about Creators Club, if we're talking about Creators Club, assuming we're talking about Creators Club, yes, this delivery is available there, but at like half or a quarter of the quality of this one. So there is that. Did they change the announcements and interior or not? Interior, good question. Let's get to Retford. Remind me. We'll take a walk up another interior. And you can let me know, because I don't remember what the LNER one looks like. Red, I assume. But we'll take a look. The announcements actually say this is a Great British Railways service to da-da-da-da-da. Oh, sorry, game's muted. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's because of this. So yeah, the announcements have been like catered to the DLC. Still no sound. But beyond that, I can't tell you if there's anything different. No issue with the Steam controller. No, this controller has an issue. I don't know what the issue is. All I know is it doesn't work via Wi-Fi, via Bluetooth. For some reason, it keeps disconnecting, and it's constantly plugged in. And somehow it's reported at 15%. I've also seen it reported at 5%. So I don't know exactly what to say about that. It released yesterday. Received it today. No, I received it last week. If you're talking about the DLC. Should have been free to say sorry for all the efforts DTG made. Well, they're definitely not going to make it free for that reason. let's keep it real. Unless there's been a change of, I don't know, a substantial change in personnel or focus or upper management. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that, to be completely honest with you. No around the corner going east. No around the corner going east. What are you talking about? Hello, Els. How you doing, boss? It's too loud. Let's do something about that. I think that's a little bit better, yeah? Classic TSW suspension rate just goes up and down. Well, yes. There is no side-to-side suspension at all, is there, in TSW? Will I get the Steam controller? No. As long as this works, no need. I'm also not too sure how much of a fan I would be of the touchpads. I've always been very stiff or like rigid with my controller that I like, and it's always been a DualSense. PS4, PS3, PS5. I've tried Xbox for a while. I just could not get used to the analog stick flying in the top left. It didn't make sense to me. I'm willing to try like third-party controllers that have the joysticks placed like a DualSense, but yeah, Steam controller looks like it's looks pretty cool, but I don't really feel any need to go for it. That's when you go around the corner. The deal around the corner going east. What are you waffling about? The sound of the 802 mod, I guess. Maybe. Honestly, Amaze, this might sound strange, but it feels a bit more realistic. It feels a bit more immersive. Like especially like when I've played in VR. I've played in VR both with a controller and a keyboard and mouse. I don't know what it is. For me personally, it just feels better with a controller. The only time I won't play with a controller usually is if I'm playing German content, and it's like the German content where the circle button always does the CIFAR. Oh, sorry, it always does PZB acknowledge, even when you've just pressed it to clear the CIFAR. Referring to no need to spend a $5 on a dealer off it. Oh, flipping out, man! You built a web around my head with that one. Is it me or is the cab lighting all messed up? Doesn't look good to me. When you say cab lighting, are you talking about like the little flickering? I can't say I've noticed that before, in all honesty. I don't know whether that's due to the very specific conditions. If we're talking about the lighting in general, where like it's darker for some reason here, and then it's light, and then it's just darker around here, that's pretty strange. I mean, light leak is just a part of the game at this point, unfortunately. Always use keyboards. Yeah, it's worth a try. It's worth a try. Obviously, for the first time, Amaze, it might be a bit weird naturally, but once you sort of get to the hang of it, Like, it's like if you're playing like driving game, for example, R2 to go forward, R1 to brake. No, sorry. Yeah, R2 and R1 for like single handled trains, and then for trains that have separate brake handles, it's R2 and L2. And then to switch between the braking modes, for example, in German trains, between electric, dynamic, and train braking, you just tap square. That can get a bit finicky because on the keyboard you've got access to all of them at all times, whereas on the controller you need to go through them, switch between them. It has its benefits, it has its downsides. Overall, do I much prefer a controller, and I enjoy just being able to kick back a little bit, not have to be like hunched over my keyboard. Brain practice. I guess so. I'll take every opportunity I can get. I just checked another video. The interior's changed to grey and blue. Okay, we'll check anyway and confirm. But yeah, if you've seen it already, then there you go. Like, it looks like a 2015 game. The cab. That's a fair opinion. Maybe I'm just too used to Sim. Whoa. What do you mean? Maybe you're just too used to Simrail graphics, as if Simrail is like. Anyway, it's an opinion. I'm not going to shoot you down for an opinion. But that was funny to read. Arefit, can you show us the livery application? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'll show you guys the livery, the interior, and whatever else you might want to see. Hello, Omar. Long time. How you doing? I feel like that Thames Valley branches should be a free update / extension for players. I disagree. Knowing Johannes and how much work he's put into it, I don't think it should be free. However, it should, in my opinion, apply over the GWE. It shouldn't be separate, in my opinion. Hoping that the price is no higher than $19.99. I'm thinking a suitable price would be in the £12 range. I think $19.99 would be too much. I think I would understand why it would be priced that much. It's going to be like what will be there, as little as it is. It will be good quality. But putting everything into perspective, I think it's too much. Cabs look better in the lighting. The lighting in general, yeah, I think is better in Simra. I think I've been saying that for years. I think Simra does have better lighting. And one could argue about the graphics either way, but you just made it seem like Simra was this, like, you know, I don't know, like this god in comparison. And it might be a bit better, but not that much better. Thames Valley is good, but deserves an extension in the future to connect it more. I hope if a DLC comes out later on that does connect to it, that it does actually connect. But I'm tired of connections that don't connect, man. Well, excuse me. I'm so disappointed that it doesn't like layer on top of GWE, man. So disappointed. And if the official excuse, I haven't seen him say that myself, but if the official excuse is that he didn't have access or rights to the GWE route, though I may understand it, we're not talking about a random third party, right? All the developers are in-house in a way, like they all work together. It's not like TSC where third-party developers are completely separate all over the place. For TSW, they're all relatively connected. So it's not cool. If he approached Liam or approached DTG and was told no, I don't think that's very cool at all. That's not nice. Trackside scenery, for example, looks like crap around here. Again, valid opinion. I'd have to see it side by side. Maybe it is this desolate in reality. I've heard that quite a lot of the East Coast main line is quite quiet in terms of scenery. But whether this particular one has been done badly or not, I can't confirm or deny. It's a really unique route of branches being separated from each other. like I said before, Kimber, it's possible that more information will come out, or I will get my hands on the DLC and then be mind blown. You know, be absolutely mind blown. Yeah, they have changed it. Ay, ay, ay. They have changed it. Quite a basic. Not much to it, really, is there? The blue here looks cool, I guess. Like, it very obviously just is a reskin, you know? Yeah. Meh. I can't really say more than that as an opinion. So I'm playing at 4K max graphics. Obviously, you're watching the stream at 1080p at 7 megabytes or so upload speed. So just a little bit of context for the quality, how it's going to look. When you see my video, all my scenario videos are going to be in 4K. So check them out. You're not really going to see too much of the outside though. Check out my review if you want to see the livery in 4K. Just wait for my review to come. It will release later this evening. Yeah, judge it then. Although, as I see it here, I'm sure you can tell this on the stream. It's not a high quality livery. Sorry to say. And I'm looking at details here. But I noticed that from quite a while away. Like I've maxed out the FOV on God mode, and it still looks pretty. I can see it look bad from here. From about this close, roughly, it starts to look a bit funny on the edges, even up here. Oh yeah. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, I'll let you guys judge it for yourselves, of course, right? It can be a matter of opinion. Mine is that it's done quiet. I wish the textures were a bit better. I'm playing this at 4K. I am playing this at 4K Ultra. So I don't think it has an excuse to look like arse. The text looks pretty nice. This is like super high quality. Text is like a little bit less quality, and then this is just a lot less quality. If they've done it for like the whole blurry textures thing, have they just like stuck it on and not really paid attention? Yeah. The white like wraps around here. This, I don't think this was done with care. I don't know if this is intentional or not for it to come all the way down here. Like it makes sense. It makes sense here. Does this make sense? That it continues on down here? I feel like this should be grey. This should be like this. This should just be this color still. This part. Like, yeah, you can zoom in and really see that it's not been done well. And say, yeah, but you're all the way in. But look. Look. I don't know if you can see it on stream. It still looks rough. Can you get out of the way, please, boss? Cheers. It's not till you get like around here, on this far. Even the reflections are a bit funny, isn't it? I'll let you guys judge it. I don't think it's been done entirely with care, though, in all honesty. Is this train that's on the faster line waiting for us? Pardon me. Why is the ballast reflect on the train? When the paint is matte, yeah. That's why it looked odd. It looked like it shouldn't have been reflecting that way, but... Well, it wouldn't be matte. It would be glossy, right? It would be glossy, but not like that. I think. I think it would be glossy, but not like that, unless it's been specifically mentioned somewhere that it is matte. Why is that train waiting for us? Timetable's a bit odd. Looking at the pixels in my hands. It's not worth it. See? This is why I do this. I'm so happy. Thank you. If me doing that has saved you a fiver or 50 or 500 quid, if it saved you money, I'm so happy. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm not happy that obviously it's for a bad reason. I've done my thing. I've done my job. Thank you. Yeah, interior is not really speaking to me too much, I'll be honest. That grey and blue, they could have thrown in the blue and red together. Like maybe where the blue strip was at the top, maybe they could have done like a twin, like a twin stripe theme, blue and red together, maybe to give it a bit more life. Maybe the seats could be blue and the armrests red, maybe the other way around. Just grey with a bit of blue. Oh, it doesn't seem that good, innit? I might have to do my review again, you know. I might have to do my review again. It don't seem that good. It don't seem that good. Certainly doesn't look great with the coaches. I noticed that there's the lighting leak. No, bro, but I'm not arguing about the light leak. The light leak has been horrendous in TSW from day dot, and they know about it, and they've given the excuse of quality. It will cost performance if they tackle all the light leak stuff. Doesn't make it any better. Some slight leak in some trains, but the whole top of the coach was leaking. Okay, that I didn't pay attention to, but it doesn't surprise me either. It's a pleasure, Amaze. It's a pleasure. I saw another comment this weekend about ambassadors not being negative. The phrase was "rock the boat." You don't want to rock the boat. I think at some point Dovetail needs to clear the air about what we do, and that we're not like paid to like say good things, and we're not paid to say bad things, and we're not paid at all. Period. We're not paid, and we're not limited to what we say and our opinions. If I was the UK government, I'd be looking at this thinking, how about we have a little sit down and see what we can do here? Some things need to change. If you're representing me, you gotta do it well, man. You gotta do it well. It reminds me of the German government giving Aerosoft hundreds of thousands for a plane. The GWR 802, I remember having better cab lighting. You know what? If you want to compare the two ASR, I wouldn't mind. After this run, I'm going to do a run on the Riviera line, but I'll look for a timetable service at the same time for this train. And then we'll load in, see what it looks like, exit, load into the GWR train at that same time, see what it looks like, and then we can sort of compare the two as close to side by side as possible. I rocked the boat, got banned from the forum for a week. Really? What did you say? I've seen some very interesting moderation take place over recent times. I'll be honest. And some very interesting lack of moderation as well. Forums have taken an interesting turn over the years. 459,000 euros the German government gave to Aerosoft. Diabolical. I'll just enter an 801 AI train. Well, you specifically said the GWA 802, and this is an 802. On this route and on the Riviera line. This livery only applies to the 802. So let's compare it to the 802 for like fairness. And let's see how it how they compare. And €1, sorry, yeah, and €1, maybe for tax purposes. 16 WhatsApp notifications and 42 TikTok notifications. I don't like having notifications. I was very annoyed by the inability to take away my WhatsApp one yesterday because it was from a group that I had been taken out of, but there was an unread message from that group, and WhatsApp couldn't comprehend that I can't see that message anymore because I'm no longer in that group. But fortunately my phone displayed it as a notification and I marked it as read from there. Shout out to Samsung for that feature, man. Beautiful. 801 and 802 is almost the same. They are almost the same. They're the same family. But if we're going to compare, let's do it properly. Let's not leave room for error or excuses or, you know, whatever it may be. Maybe for different lighting conditions it looks better. Well, we'll compare it. The exact same train, side by side, in as close, like with regards to lighting conditions as possible. Sorry, I forgot to turn on my mod. And the Third Rails app as well. Jesus. So let's compare 802 to 802. If you're saying in general in the game, the 802 has some differences to the 801 in terms of lighting and stuff, that's different. But if we're talking specifically this DLC, then let's you know, let's be fair in our comparisons. Ah yes, and the weather's taking a turn for the worst once we've turned on real weather. Accurate. I criticized the game but was being constructive, but the CM took it the wrong way and said I broke the rules. Right. A week, did you say? This is ridiculous. How about a 24-hour one? You know, and then if that's disrespected, then maybe a week. You know, maybe 2 different bans for a week if the person keeps offending, then a month, and then a perma ban after that. But to straight away get banned for a week, I think that's a little extreme. Maybe some mods because I'm looking at other DTG ambassadors in the 802 lighting. Looks good. Okay, well now that things are cloudy, how does it look now? Because now the lighting looks more uniform for me. The light leak is still there, and it always will be, but in general, the lighting is more consistent. Now it looks much better. Okay, so yeah, it comes down to conditions then, which have always played a part in TSW lighting. Even on a clear day, the amount of clouds in the sky will impact lighting. 1 week is crazy, man. That sounds very extreme. I obviously don't know what you said exactly, but even if it was something really bad and really wrong for a first-time offense, I would still say 1 week is too much. Any more infringements to be permabanned. What did you say? What could you have said that's so bad? Goodness me. Did you go through a neutral section? Or is it just that we're traveling quite fast already? I just realized I forgot to put my mod disclaimer on my scenario videos. Well, there's anything that people are intrigued about, they can ask in the comments and I'll tell them. You're not meant to use mods when you're doing this content. You're not meant to, but I find it very hard to play without mods. I find it very hard to play without mods, and I you know, I put a disclaimer out usually. TCG won't unban me from their Twitch. Said it's not in their hands, but the what? So hold on. So you as a moderator, if you ban somebody from the channel, I can't unban them as the channel owner. What? That seems like a bit of a flaw. Oh shoot. I didn't notice we were coming into Newark. I think eventually break might actually save us. We might overrun a little bit, but we'll definitely it will be a reasonable stop. No, actually, we're gonna stop too soon. Well, too soon for the end of the platform, but fairly close to our actual stopping marker. Okay, maybe not as close as I thought. La la la, out of sight, out of mind. I told him straight up, but the game wasn't good enough and that CMs weren't doing enough to this community. No need to mention, but they didn't have the crits. That's interesting, man. That's interesting. I know I can't prove it to you, and so how valid it will be is how you choose to take it. But I will tell you, like in our ambassador Discord, there's a lot of criticism from us, not just me, as in from us as a collective, and not every single ambassador is very active in there. It's just a handful. But things are called out. Criticism is made. You know, sometimes. Actually, no. Let me. I won't make that comparison. But yeah. So I don't know. Like, it's not. I find it hard to believe that it happened just for the criticism alone. But you never know, man. Maybe if the CM was like, you know, having a bad day, or was just dealing with a lot of stuff going on in the forum at that time. You never know, man. We're all human beings at the end of the day, you know. Doesn't necessarily make it okay or make it right, but it could give a reason as to certain decisions and behaviors and stuff like that. Simrel played TSW6 on the 21st of April. OMG. This is not the first time this has happened. What do you mean OMG? I remember you telling me like 2 years ago that Matt was playing Simrel. Doesn't mean anything, boss. Don't worry. No, there are a lot of forum members that are critical. Vern, for example, who's arguably one of the most known members, he's become very critical. Red Rev is quite critical, and he sticks out to me personally because I remember when he first joined, when he first started playing the game, when he first joined the forums, and he was like a knight in shining armor for Dovetail. You could not get a negative word about them past this guy. And to see how he talks now, it's more sad than anything, I'll be honest. I've seen a few people make that U-turn. That GWR Pat guy, when he first came on the forum, he's like, I'm new. This was a few months ago, not that long ago. I'm new, any pointers to this and that. Just asking some questions, like newbie questions. And a couple people like warned him, and then some other people said, "Oh, don't listen to them. They're negative." Da 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 da. What the people said was completely valid, by the way. Nowadays, see what he writes, and it's quite interesting. Old Vern, yes. The CEO of Simrel played TSW6, and the EP of TSW6 played Simrel. Believe it or not, game devs or producers or anyone from a game studio can enjoy and play a different game within the same genre. How is Matt P doing these days? Amazing. He's a Simro White Knight now. Well, I don't know if he's on the Simro forum.
I'm very honest. Give us 2 months of ceasefire, we will go to elections. That's it.
I was gonna say thank you, Nabil, before I even saw who sent that. There's only one person. From what he says on the TSW forums, or the Dovetail forums, about Simro, it's positive. Like he says good things about Simro, and it seems to be his regular go-to when he's annoyed at TSW and he's dropping it for a while. But it doesn't seem like glazing or white knighting. He just says a little bit here, a little bit there. That tends to be quite true. Nail biter. What's you guys' opinions on the livery? No, on the livery, it's like the actual livery itself. Not the DLC as a whole. He's good, but I think personally he takes on a lot. His life's quite seriously over a few months back. Oh, bless him, man. Bro, EP is not a small position, you know. Yes, it's like a cool position, but my lord, the responsibility. And let's not forget, we can, you know, say whatever you want to say about the game. The guy's flipping passionate, man. Like, this is his baby, you know, and I'm pretty certain it's not the way that he desires it to be, you know. 3rd looks tough. Amaze worst livery. See, that's exactly why I asked. 2 very opposite opinions, one after the other. Yeah, it has really split hairs. Really split hairs. I personally have no issue with it at all. I've seen people complain that it's got the British flag on it. I don't really understand why that's a bad thing. Like, it's a Great British Railways livery. The train is in Britain. I don't really see the issue with it being having the British flag. Some people say that there's too much going on. I don't think so. Like, yeah, there's a lot of different shades, but I don't think there's too much going on. I think it's pretty straightforward. Some people are upset that it says Great British Railways on it. I don't have an issue with that. I just don't have an issue with delivery at all or anything about it, in all honesty. I think it's quite cool. Maybe not a glazer, as he's certainly a critic of the save game situation with Simro. Oh yeah, but recently as they improved it, he's certainly less critical with it. Yeah, he seems to be a fairly honest guy. He has said some things that I haven't really liked or agreed with. I personally debated him a few months back about Simro, funnily enough. He complained about the Skoda sound and how they should turn it down, and then I was saying basically, well, no, like, it's a sim, it should be like that. What there should be is an option in the settings for something like that, but nothing should change with the train. Yeah, we had a good conversation. Great, very, very knowledgeable. Yeah. He's got a history on the railway, and he's an older fella, so naturally, you know, wisdom comes with age as well. I don't like his opinion on ambassadors, though. Anyone that has a bad opinion on ambassadors just because we're ambassadors, I don't like. Not them, but that particular opinion. If you're going to say you don't like me or you don't trust me, make it personal. Of course, let it be because I've done something that's untrustworthy, or I've done something or said something that you particularly don't like. Honestly, I think the livery would be better without the yellow front. But the yellow front isn't part of the livery though. The yellow front is there for safety. Every train has to have a yellow front. I think it's mandated so that trains can be seen from afar. So regardless of like what the livery is, it's always going to have a yellow front. Didn't they say they were doing away with that though in recent times? I feel like I heard they were going to do away with that. I'm hoping that Thames Valley branches will come out June or July. It's definitely another branch. Why June or July specifically? Or is it just a guess? What he don't like ambassadors? He's been like he's been of that similar voice of like, oh, don't trust us basically because free content. And people are allowed, people are allowed to have that opinion, right? But it just doesn't. It's annoying for me. It doesn't sit right with me because it's, you know, it's like me as an ambassador judging you as a non-ambassador, as just a player. Like it would be wrong for me to have an opinion of you just because you're a player. So I'm gonna assume that you either hate the game or I'm gonna assume that you're a particular type or you have a particular opinion. It wouldn't be nice. And I'm sure there would be an uproar if, you know, we were to come together and say, yeah, as a matter of fact, we've got this issue with players. Not anymore, they don't high intensity LED headlights negates the need for yellow front ends. So could it just be that it's because it's on this particular train then? That doesn't have high intensity LEDs? Can't bloody tell what it has. Oh, from the reflection it's got LEDs. Okay. I'm thinking maybe because it just sits on top of this livery. Not sits on top of it, but you know what I mean. Replaces it. I think we'd need to see it on like a different train, maybe like a more modern train. But yeah. Could it be that it's set in this time period as well? Could that be why? When it was still mandated? What color would it be? It'd be blue, wouldn't it? It would just be blue, I guess. Maybe blue? I don't know. Even if blue would be boring as hell. If it was like, this is blue, that side is blue, and then the front is blue. It's all just blue. I don't know what color I'd want it to be, in all honesty. When are you playing Simro, LMU, and then Bunch? Well, LMU, the only reason I'm not playing LMU this week is because there's 2 DLC releases. One for TSW and one for Subway Sim. So that kind of, you know, I prioritize DLC releases. That's the only reason. Simro, we will see. We will see. Everything else, we will see. The route could come out August, as when Mild May was announced in December 2024. It came out March 2025. The branches could have an August release. Interesting. I guess it depends on so many factors, Kimmer, that we may not be aware of. But it does look like it's pretty... It does seem like it's pretty far in development. ASR, I don't know if DTG themselves have ever said that. I know players have said that. And I don't know if I agree. I don't think I've ever agreed that that's the case. If you see a cab ride video at night on the UK, you're not going to see black. You will see the headlights illuminating in front of you. Is it going to be like driving a car with xenon lights? No. But you will see in front of you. It's a legacy thing as it sits with the LNER ASR1. Yeah, makes sense. Google the TV ATX as a black front. Oh, doesn't the Evero, however you pronounce it, that has a black front as well. No need to stream this DLC tomorrow. I don't think there's ever a need to stream anything, Nabil. If we're going to be pedantic about it. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think there will still be value in streaming it tomorrow because tomorrow is the release day. So maybe somebody who hasn't seen any content about it today can benefit from that tomorrow. I don't know, it may still be beneficial to people. There is a journey mode that I am going to tackle. Thames branches are 0 to 3 month section. Oh yeah, I didn't even put that into consideration, Kimmer. Yeah, it is in a 0 to 3 month section. Might have released in August. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I can't imagine it being a DLC that would get delayed. And if it so happened to get delayed, I can't imagine it being a DLC that gets delayed heavily. So it should come out within the next 3 months. But alas, we'll see. We've had a lot of unexpected things occur in this game and its content over the years. So let's wait and see, man. Matt P said that in the Class 390 for West Coast Main and South preview. Oh, he said that in the Class 390 as well. Yikes. I would need to see it. My light was on. I would need to see it. Like, I need to see official railway documentation stating that. I'll be honest, because I don't buy that. Be off for 20 minutes with you. Oh, bro, all I could do was laugh when I saw that. All I could do was laugh, man. There's nothing to say about it. All one could do is just laugh at this point. The reason why yellow ends were introduced because when halogen bulbs were used on trains that went bright enough, so DFT mandated all trains post steam era to have FYE. Yes, that sounds right. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Like, I never considered it. I mean, I never really even thought about the fact that so many trains have yellow fronts, in all honesty. But it does make complete sense. I'm glad they've done away with it now. I'm glad. Hello, transport. Absolute cash grab. Hey, Google. What's the definition of a cash grab? No, I specifically meant cash grab. It's usually used in terms of value.
Cash grab is a product, service, or venture designed solely to exploit a trend or brand to make a quick, easy profit with little regard for quality or long-term value. Key characteristics: low effort, often reuses existing assets or ideas without adding anything new. High cost, charges a premium price for a mediocre or unfinished experience. Timed for hype, usually launches when a specific topic or franchise is at its peak popularity.
So that's what Gemini AI has defined as cash grab. A product, service, or venture designed solely to exploit a trend or brand to make a quick, easy profit with little regard for quality or long-term value. It's not too far off that definition. I would disagree that it's a cash grab, but it's not too far off that particular definition. So I'll leave it for you to decide whether it indeed is a cash grab or not. The reason I would say it's not a cash grab, as a matter of fact, I don't think I have an opinion on that. I don't think I have my own definition of a cash grab. So without having a personal definition of cash grab, I can't say whether I agree whether something or not is a cash grab. But it is very close to the definition that Gemini gave. How are you? How are you doing, Transport Legend? Thames branches could be one of the last TSW6 DLCs as new TSW games start to be announced in August time. Yes. Well, anything released in August, if there will be anything released in August, will be sort of the closing curtains of the TSW6 theatre. My friend drives for Southeastern. He showed me a cab ride on a 465 at night. You can't see anything from that. So, really? As in, like, okay, when you say you can't see anything in Maze, one, I will ask, what was the quality of the footage like? Two, are you saying that there was literally zero illumination in front of the train, or was it just trash? Sometimes this DLC 100%. It does, because I mean, trends, it is kind of a trend in a way, and it's exploiting that. Exploiting. Would that be the right word to use? I don't know. It's taking advantage of that, let's say. It is just going to be a short-term profit thing. There is no long-term in this. Low quality effort, I mean, we've taken a closer look at the pixels on the livery. It ticks that box. Reusing assets, it only exists on existing trains, existing assets, because there is no train with it in reality, because it doesn't exist in reality. It scarily fits that particular definition of cash grab. I'm not calling it cash grab, but I will say it fits that definition almost perfectly. A cash grab grabs cash. I like that. That's a what's it called? Not a riddle. What's it called? Like seashells on the seashore. Cash grab grabs cash. Cash grab grabs cash on the cash grabs. I don't know, something like that. Nothing blindside. 4K shot from his. Okay, 4K shot from his iPhone. Valid. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Then perhaps there is some truth to that. I can't argue against the literal evidence. I mean, to be fair, the state of the 465s, you wouldn't expect them to illuminate anything, would you? That's surprising though. Like, obviously, signage is going to reflect light, so you'll see it on signage, but yeah, if that's all you're gonna see, yikes. Play of words? No. There's a particular word. There's a particular tongue twister. Tongue twisters. That's what they're called. She sells seashells on the seashore. What are some other ones? I do like me a good tongue twister. I like me puzzles, be it oral puzzles, mental puzzles, riddles. Give me a good riddle. There is some side-to-side motion there, ASR, just then, but it wasn't a lot. Or maybe it was just because we went around a curve. I think the lighting argument is settled now, right? No need to make those comparisons. The cab light was on, which I think affected things. And then there was just the lighting in general. I also do have the reading lights on as well, but you're not really seeing it right now. That only shows up inside the tunnel. Right, we'll do a full run or whatever run that the journey mode will give us on Riviera line. And then we'll call it there. Might take us a little bit past 8 o'clock. I wouldn't be mad at that. You know what? I think I'm going to release the review video first. So that will come out it will come out roughly half an hour after the stream. I just need to make a thumbnail, come up with a title, and that's it. I don't add like background music anymore in those types of videos. I hope it's not a problem, because they usually just get copyrighted, which I didn't mind because I wasn't really making money on those videos anyway. Then I thought, you know what, I might as well just like avoid the hassle altogether. Happens in the future is bunny hopping effects. Clouds. Well, I've got the mod on, the real weather mod on. So even if I mess with the weather on in God mode, I think that it will still be overwritten by the mod. Also, you're just asking to be critical. You are not going to either buy this or not buy this. You don't play TSW. You are seeking trouble. My thing about livery DLCs is, unless you're going to play like this, right, and like have it in view for most of your run, how much of a point is there in picking them up? I just realized the main color here is the lighter blue, but then the main color here is the darker blue. I didn't notice that. I hope your other viewers make up their mind. You are a wolf in sheep's clothing, ASR. I wouldn't mind a Fanta. I'm feeling a Fanta. Fanta orange. In a can, specifically. Although I do miss the taste of it in a glass bottle. So funny how you look at the UI, the signals are going green in front of you. What as in I look at like what's coming? I like to know what's coming up. Like I'm not checking for immediately the next signal. I'm checking like ahead. I'm also checking to see like when the station will start to appear. And how close I am to the signals. There's a lot of... What is there to criticize there? There's a lot of reasons for me to be looking at the UI. What are you talking about? I can look at the UI if I want. What are you coming at me for? Has PTG Rail made a video guide for this route yet? As in the game only puts a green in front of you and a 50 meters in front of a double yellow sometimes. Yeah, that's been a flaw with this route since release. And it's annoying because you'll get an alert for literally no reason. Not quite sure why it exists. Like I don't think there's any other route in the game that has that issue. Would it classify as a bug? Qualify as a bug? I don't know. It's definitely not right. It's not obviously broken. What is obviously broken is this bloody 66 is on all the time and idling. I really appreciate when devs add the detail of having trains not being driven be completely off. Because it is possible. You always criticize me, ASR. What do you call light clouds? This? The flickering is still there. Yeah, told you it would be overridden. But if you're going to judge your decision based on flickering, then go watch other ambassadors' content and see if it also flickers on their side. Because it could just be a mod. Or multiple mods.
This is Peterborough.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us know that. Back to being disconnected from Dovetail Live. Right, Riviera line time. I've seen fragments from other D2 ambassadors who don't have it. Also playing on overcast weather. I don't know. No, Riviera we check then. I don't think like if it doesn't show up in the Riviera line, it still could be a mod. The only way to test it would be to uninstall all my mods, uninstall the game, reinstall it from fresh, and then compare. And in the nicest way possible. It's not that deep. Oh, and that's 45-minute service. I think that sits pretty nicely with the time we have. I will do that. And so as long as I've got mods on, it will be hard to, even if it doesn't do it on Riviera Land, but it does on East Coast mainland. It could be a mod I've got on the East Coast mainland. If it doesn't do it on the GWR 802 and it does it on this 802, well, there could be some more validity there. Where's your low? What would you say low clouds? This is different. I'm not getting any flickering, but it also just looks entirely different.
TPWS and AWS operational.
I want to go forward the headlines. All right, Amaze. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for hanging about. Thank you for the conversations. Hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. It could be the lighting enhancement mod, ASR, because there's that has different values for different routes. For example, I never noticed the grass here. Nice touch. Could be part of the enhancement pack. Actually, I do have an enhancement pack for this route. Either way, a nice touch. I don't know what I'm looking for at this point.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Not sure if it's still raining anymore. Tomorrow's stream is starting at 2. Just a reminder. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The Bill's already said he can't wait to see more of this train. I love what this mod does with the clouds, man. Getting some flickering here as well. Worse than before. I don't think it would have anything to do with delivery, mate. The train would be flickering regardless of what livery would be on it. That is a lot of smoke. Doing BR ops, my guy. How are you still? What keeps you coming back to that game? What about it stays fresh? Multiplayer aspects. What? So why would you pick that for the multiplayer aspect over Simrel, for example? No reason, fair enough. Whatever you feel up to. That's fair, makes sense. I think this is the longest that I've gone without feeling like I want to go back to it, like I want to play. Like usually some time will pass after playing, and then I'll have a feeling like, okay, yeah, like I actually want to go on and play for a bit. But since the last, maybe it was just how disappointed I was by the last update. But since then, I haven't really had that desire, man. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, of course. Doesn't have to be a plan. There can be reasons, though. I love how this whole section looks on the map. It's not even the update that was bad, just the excitement build up from beforehand. Yeah, yeah. I guess it didn't line up with expectations and the hype that was built up. Yeah. Maybe that's what it was, man. The expectation was the bigger letdown. If they had announced it as what it was, you know, a small update with a small addition to the map, and everyone, well, speaking for me, and I was expecting that, and then that's what we got. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, I would have felt the same as I always have. I think I was put off by that experience, not just like disappointed, but like completely pushed away. I'm not gonna. I don't want to criticize it taking long because I don't know the people that develop it. I don't know what they got going on in their lives. I don't know how much time they have. I don't know how hard they worked. I don't know what challenges they faced, etc., etc., etc. But that was definitely a thing too. That was part of it. But even with the time it took, if they had just kept it real and said, yeah, this is what's being added, it would have been okay. Like just the section between the past station that we just drove past and Dawlish that we're stopping at, that section alone is longer, from stop to stop is longer than the entire edition on BR. They hyped it up so much. And then there were them little teasers, the videos, the photos. But fair enough, you do that normally, right? It's just this disappointment and the unmet expectations. Should release the content as well packages. Yeah. I guess it's similar in a way to the problem that Simro had with the fixes, where there were fixes that were just so simple and important that they came quick, but they held them back and saved them for like a big release. TSW also has that problem big time. Big time.
This is Dawlish. This is a Great Western Railway service to Paignton.
The thing with SES, yeah, there have been bugs in their games. And I want to say maybe I just don't play it enough, but I've got over 1,000 hours in ETS2 alone. I just never encountered... For a long time, I never encountered a bug. For a very long time. My experience was completely bug-free. The only bugs I would encounter would be in like modded maps and just modded things in general. So we never got close to having, you know, a problem where bugs would spring up and then they would fix them quick. There are some small updates that like kilobytes and stuff. Oh, right. Yeah, there are. Ah, yeah.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway service to Paynton. We'll be calling at Timber.
Are they for the actual
Due to
game though, or are
traffic,
they
toll,
for
toll,
the
Paynton.
workshop content? How is it? You know what? I ended up not getting any. I started looking at the menus.
Is Timber.
One, I barely don't understand anything that's going on in the dishes, and number two, a lot of things have nuts. A lot of things have nuts, and it's like the same dish from one restaurant has nuts, and you go check it at the other restaurant and it doesn't, and you don't. But then there's not that much information, so you don't know whether it truly doesn't have nuts or whether they just haven't added that information there. So I just couldn't trust it. And then thirdly, they're so expensive because they're not like fast food places, right? It's not like how you order McDonald's or a Chinese or KFC or stuff like that. Like, they're all restaurants, they're all proper. We don't have any like fast food Indian spots. The closest, I guess, would be like no, we don't have any. So all we're doing from restaurant, you're paying restaurant prices plus the premium of having them, of ordering them. So I just said, you know what, no, and I got something I was a bit more comfortable with. No, I shouldn't have got that. This is a really nice little route, man. I love just the traffic coming past as well. Absolutely you will, bro. But I'm telling you, it's not what it used to be. I'm telling you, it's not what it used to be, man. But 100%, I'll make sure of it. Also, I realized something today, you know. See, in my car, yeah, you can put the middle seats down, sit at the back, and just stretch your legs if you're a passenger. You can't do that in a Maybach. You can't do that in a Maybach.
We are now approaching Timber.
It's not too different from a limousine. Premium, bro. Premium experience, VIP experience. In a Peugeot. Oh, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can do it in any 7-seater. Even in a BMW, you know, you're not paying a Maybach price tag. You're not paying a Mercedes S-Class price tag. It's luxury, boss. Luxury. Pure luxury.
This is Timber. This is a Great Western Railway service to Paynton.
Full config 20k. What, the 7-seater one? The jogger, I think it's called. That's not bad at all, man. I mean, it's no surprise, right? That's they've always been on the lower end of the price range. Oh, not the 7-seater. Ah, do you know which model? Don't tell me Logan, bro. You better not tell me Logan. You know, the whole car config and specification stuff is crazy. I saw an Audi. It was an Audi A1, so it was like base version Audi, but it's still an Audi, right? this Audi had plastic bumpers, tiny wheels, and no radio, no air conditioning. No radio, bro. I think it was 2022 I saw that. 2021, 2022. No radio. Bro, even if the car was £30 a month, I'm not... No radio. Imagine you're there, you put your keys on the table, you throw your keys on the desk, you see the Audi, the rings, the 4 rings shining. The 4 rings shining. Someone's like, "Raw, you got an Audi." Jeez. Are you gonna feel genuine about yourself? You know what you have. You know what you have. Yes, you have an Audi. But the Audi is the same as a little Tykes. The little Tykes car. Even the little Tykes car has bigger wheels. Can you say with your chest, I drive an Audi, knowing that your car doesn't have a radio? A radio. New Polo starts at 25k at basic config, no CarPlay. But it has a radio, right? Surely it has a radio. And surely it doesn't have plastic bumpers. I couldn't believe my eyes. Could not believe my eyes, man. There's a point where, you know, it's like, yes, you want to save a bit of money. You can save a bit of money, still kind of like look good without going to that extent. Even no air conditioning is diabolical. That should be just standard. And you'll be shocked when you look at certain Nissans or Mazdas. You'll be shocked at what they have at the base configuration. I think a JQ has like as standard 360 camera. What? Either JQ or one of those brands. Just ridiculous. 25k is a lot, and it's only a Polo. But it's new. It's a brand new VW Polo. 90% of that price tag is the logo. 90% of the price tag is the fact that it's a Volkswagen. It's like you look at the price difference between an Audi RSQ8 and a Lamborghini Urus. You're paying for the Lamborghini badge. They're the exact same car underneath. I love the sunflower on this train. It's cool. It's just flat. That red signal is going to clear by door when it gets slowed down by TPWS.
We are now approaching Newton Abbot.
37k for a 2026 full spec polo. 37k, almost 40 grand, almost 40,000 euros for a polo. Not worth it, bro. And I'm sure it's very nice, full spec. I know it's very, very nice. 40,000 euros. You can get a very, very nice high-end, like early 2020 high-end car, or maybe 2010s high-end car for 40k. Go look at the Porsches you can get for 40k. You'll be shocked. You can get some very nice modern Porsches for 40k. You'd go for a Polo. Not you specifically, I know, but as in, you know, generally speaking. That's a mad move.
This is Newton Abbot.
Great Western Railway service to Payton, calling at Torquay and Payton.
Oh, I didn't register? Oh, I did, but of course, silly me. I went into the outside view. Oh my god, it's gone again. Goodness me. Oh no, wait, it's registered on Charlie 85. I was looking for the text. Maybe it was fine in the beginning then.
Welcome aboard.
I had a moment.
Great Western Railway service to Payton will be calling at Torquay and Payton. The next station is Tor.
I do like these junction indicators. Very nice. Torquay. But with the UK accent, it just sounds like that. Something peaceful about the railways, man. It's nice. They're nice. No, that's Turkey. Torquay. Like if you were to pronounce it, it would be Torkey. You can settle on that if you like. I'm trying to guide you in the path of wisdom, brother. If you reject the light, you only have yourself to blame. Next up in 2027, damn, for CCS first one passenger displays. Passenger, it's taking them until 2027 for passenger displays. The routes you mentioned earlier seem pretty cool, low key. Maybe then they won't be, but they seemed it. Look at all this foliage, man. This is a really nice, well-made route. Third quarter of 2026. Okay, so not too far off then. We're a quarter away. Less than a quarter away.
We are now approaching Tor.
Something about this place name that just doesn't sit right with me. Did I know Vladimir Putin is scared? I did not know that, no.
This is Tor.
What is he scared of, and how do you know he's scared? Check DMs.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Paynton.
What is that? Is that meant to be Motorfest in Morocco? There's not enough donkeys there, man. Gotta have at least 2 in the background put in the cart. Someone suggested it on the Discord using that. People's use of free will can be interesting. Apparently he's staying most of the time in a bunker from fears of coups and assassination attempts by other elites. The latter is probably more realistic. Apparently, though. I think that's the focus of the statement. And the internet outages are actually mandated directly from Putin's internal security. Makes sense. As much as that's an annoyance for the people, security-wise, it's actually not a bad shout. I don't even know exactly what or who the Kremlin is. Like, I've heard that term, but I don't know who or what it is. Just living the life. Apparently because it's been reported by European intelligence agencies.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway.
They can say what they want, really, isn't it?
Paynton. We'll be calling at Torquay and Paynton.
True or not so true.
The next station is Torquay.
Kremlin is the Russian CIA. Oh, okay. Okay. There's a place called Cockington. Jackson would like that.
We are now approaching Torquay.
I don't think it's up on Thames, but it is indeed there.
This is Torquay.
Also on the public TV they criticize him, which is a big red flag.
This
You
is
can't
the
criticize
Great
the
Western
Russia,
Railway
even as a
service
public
to
TV.
Paynton.
This might be the downfall then. Putin might be the modern day Gaddafi in how he goes out. Bro's the information informer, the traffic teller. He's at it again. Like every USSR leader, my history doesn't quite cover that, so I can't confirm or deny. planning ahead for your London trip. So how is today's information relevant to your future trip? Please do tell. Basically, in the whole of the USSR, there was just one leader who retired
Welcome aboard this
and
Great
didn't die from
Western
natural or
Railway
otherwise
service to
reasons or
Paignton.
otherwise.
We'll be calling at Paignton only.
Okay,
The
but
next
what you said
station
seems to
is
imply that
Paignton.
some died from natural causes. It's not that they were all cooped or imprisoned. You don't know how long the A40 will be closed. Yeah, you need to. Yeah, you know what? You might as well wait for it to be back open, so that you can explore the sites of the A40 and take it in its form. Hello again, Els. Who gave you a sub? I believe Chuck. I could be mistaken. I believe Chuck. I think Nabil recommended you to him. So you've got both of them, man, to thank. It's a star. Oh, bro's taking it another level. VIP, you know. Say what? Say what? You know what? You can buy them. I'm selling VIP for 4 grand. Moderator for 6. Pay up. The ones that died of old age were Stalin and 3 guys who started at 80 being their leader. Well, the point still stands. If I remember correctly, there were 2 guys who died within 1 year of being chosen. That's an L. What do you mean, bro? Gee, sell the PC. Sell the PC, save up some P's, and you can have your star in it. Your star, your swords. Bro, 6k for one, 4k for one. I'll tell you what, for both of them, I'll charge you 8.5. Strike doesn't earn anyone money. Barely working with annual leave doesn't earn anyone money. So what's your point? How long do I think the water main work on South Moulton Street, both ways between Globe Yard and Davies Street, will last for? Els, what are you thinking? The water works, the water main work between South Moulton Street, both ways between Globe Yard and Davies Street. How long do you think that's gonna be going on for? We need a certain guy to give Nabil some sub. Oh yeah, Nabil doesn't run out. Oh hell. He'll be back. Chuck seems like he's visiting more
We
often.
are now approaching.
Still a rare sight, but visiting more often. I haven't said that announcement, by the way. Someone circumcised that announcement. You get 100 days annual leave. Oh, that would be so sick. That would be so sick, man. I wish. Ah, absolutely, bro. With no shame, I would take that. Are you mad? With 0 shame. Sorry, no, it would be so sick. It would be so sick. So you wouldn't take that, no? You wouldn't take that. 100 days off a year, paid. You wouldn't take that. All right, Mother Teresa. I was struck all year long. I would be, you can't be also for 4k for VIP when you're already a tier 4 millionaire. Yes, I can. Absolutely, I can. How am I going to remain a millionaire by giving up freebies?
This is a Great Western Railway service to Paignton.
Hello. I didn't see these brown ones before. Oh, they're from the West Somerset Railway. Oh, how cool. Very, very cool. I want to see how much more is modelled. Surprised we haven't hit Invisible Wall yet. Tracks are laid a fair bit, you know. Wow. Attached 30 minutes plus from yesterday to the stream. No, the stream started on time. How long do you think the railway line between London Euston and Birmingham, Curzon Street / Handsaker, also known as High Speed 2 Phase 1, will last for? A lot longer than it already has. I'll tell you that much. Too late ASR saws plus not interested. You would like 30 minutes attached. I mean 3 versus 1. Els does not give a toss. ASR might actually be interested. You might as well actually be fairly interested. Els doesn't say BRB, he just disappears, and then he comes back at the end, and then he gets upset when I say that's what he does. My yap is appreciated. Wow, you're the only one. You're the only one to think that ASR. Where's your streak gone? What's your streak? Twitch is it's not giving you your flowers anymore. I think you're on like 110 streams now. Whoa. How do you get it? Oh, so you do it manually. You do it manually. Because that's the second time that I've just mentioned it and then it popped up. 90 is crazy. I was even joking about 100. You're not far off. You'll open a petition. No, you won't. Els, you're always lurking. No, you ain't. There's a notification by Twitch failed me. And then, yeah, I see. It's Twitch, man. I just don't chat to you. Raw. How can I chat to you and you're not here, boss? I've tried before. Well, obviously there's no response because the boy's not here. Holiday Express. You think you found a way around the Holiday Express? Steam controller ran out faster than we anticipated. We hate that not everyone who wanted one is able to get it. We're going to get it more in stock around their expected timeline soon. What? They were for sale already? I thought they were going to release with the Steam console. Reacts to. I'm not doom scrolling your nonce. I'm talking to my wife. They released them separately yesterday. What? Just the controllers, right? The VR headset is still not for sale. RAM prices are still insane because the controller doesn't have RAM. Thank you for informing me that the controller doesn't have RAM in it. Some people throw that hard landing. Okay, I just from that I can see that it's a video definitely worth watching. It's gonna be a classic. I'm really curious about how this is gonna go down. How's he gonna do it? I hope he comes up with a new journey mode. Just for me. Just for me. What happened to the uploading on TikTok? On TikTok story? I don't upload anything to TikTok story. What the hell? I tried to catch a train, but I missed it by a platform. Is that a joke? What do you mean you missed it by a platform? You missed it by a platform? How does one miss a train by a platform? Yeah, I made a video saying that, Nabil. It's quite interesting because I've actually, like with all the DLCs that have come out, for example, even with just them alone, I intended to make like a TikTok and YouTube shorts, but Els threw me off. But there's no time, man. I mean, look at today. I haven't uploaded anything. I've only just uploaded stuff while the stream was streaming, and I've had the DLC since Thursday last week. So I barely even have time to upload the regular video that I want, let alone go to shorts and TikTok. Why don't trains ever get lost? See, this is where we need to call it a night, boys. Bro, I'm on WhatsApp. See, look, I'm being calm. I'm being easy, bro. And you just got beef with me, man. You just got beef with me. And look, the Bill's laughing like he's backing you. Nah, man. Look, nah, I'm going, man. See, I would have stayed and had a great time, but you lot have chased me out. I don't feel welcome anymore. So, appreciate you guys for joining me today. Everyone else that's currently tuned in, thank you very much for your time. I hope I've been able to help. It wasn't a shot, bro. It's like you getting upset at me calling you Els. Like, your name's Els. You can't be upset for me calling you Els. If you do a star jump, you can't get upset at me for saying, oh, Els did a star jump. If you leave without saying BRB, you can't get angry at me for saying that if you leave before saying BRB. Anywho, I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. not 5 p.m. 2 p.m. with some more GBR 802 stuff. I will catch you guys there. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. And until the next one, peace out.